Alright, Daddy Zong. Big Dong Zong. Let's go. I've been waiting for this one. Even though I've been holding off for like a month.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
But I didn't think I would see you here, Daddy. Okay, that sounds so sus.
Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
Wow, stroke your own dong in front of everybody, huh?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views. We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
This guy seems like he's an asshole.
First Mora?
Oh, no. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement.
Okay, they're breaking the fourth wall a little bit.
The world's first
not fourth
would
wall,
no
but they're
doubt possess
being
the
goofy
strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long
The Mora
research.
is strong. It helps me ascend.
That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
A dagger and a sword?
But he's a spear user.
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story.
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value.
He's like, this is why I did it, but I ain't gonna tell you this is why.
Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being
Zhongli about to
constructed,
trigger some people.
the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
That is correct, indeed.
I did make a gold house, yes.
Okay, then
Flexing.
tell me, why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant if not because of the mystical power that Mora contains?
Because it's probably what he had on hand. And what he could do the easiest. And he can melt it together.
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora? I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Who's not me? Anymore.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you. What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhere quiet. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Let's
Well.
not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Damn, he's like, bruh, I was just here. They didn't follow the rules, so I ended their life. So tell me why. Tell me, there's gonna be an annoying character. Every side quest has one annoying character in it, even if it's not a main character. It's never a main character. The characters that you are always good, but there's always one annoying character. Like Childs was the damn brother. It was a cool character, but he was a little annoying. And I bet there's gonna be one in this one. I think there is, from what I remember. I've seen a little bit of it.
Rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
What? No way!
You just
Over
gonna come
here,
out of nowhere?
Mr. Zhongli, I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you to the Millilith.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble.
That's what's his name? Oh my god, that's Joe. I don't know why his name is like eluding me. I talk about him all the time, but that's Claude's voice actor.
The Fatui say that every time.
Ooh, please tell me Claude's voice actor is gonna play a really cool character later.
But this
Hopefully
time,
one
I
soon.
registered.
Or no, that's either Joe's. I can't say his name right now. I don't know why. Or that's the guy who plays Crow in Trials of Cold Steel. Because he sounds like Crow now that I'm listening to him. Kurt and Crow from Trials of Cold Steel sound similar to me a little bit.
Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng funeral parlor must respect their duty. Oh, and you should tag along too.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group.
What you gonna do?
That's
Stab
too
us in
many
the
people.
back? You bitch? You a bitch ass? You a bitch ass? You dead ass? You gonna stab me in the back? If not, you need to shut the heck up.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help
I have
to us.
found 500 chests in leeway. It's only been 3 months since the game came out. Think about what you're about to do, my man.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
That is true.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
Well, that is quite enticing. All right then.
Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the overlord of the vortex.
So basically, big versions of the little mini ones you shoot out now. So the question is, he said they don't really explain how he's weaker, but it's obviously that he's weaker. And is it because his gnosis was the only reason why he could do that, or is it just because he hasn't been in combat ready form for a long time?
But the gigantic waves created by the overlord of the vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich. I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes?
You
That's
treasure
all I
hunter,
seek in
I will
life.
kill you.
When it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the expert here.
Even though you're a freaking rock man, you're a pillar man. Like, Zhongli is literally a pillar man. I haven't watched it. I actually quit. I haven't watched it past JoJo. I don't even talk about JoJo, but I haven't watched past JoJo past the pillar man part.
What's the matter?
Everybody bow down. Sit down, you saucy biatch. I should put the shield up. I didn't really make him DPS heavy at all. He's here to drop meteors on people. That's what he's here for now, until they upgrade him a little bit. I really like diluc. He's like the equivalent of punching a hole in the wall. Like it's cool, but it's still not like it's still just like so headstrong. Like the reason why diluc is a little boring to me personally is because the way diluc works. Diluc is literally the most unga bunga, I'm going to run into a wall character ever. Like, I'm going to go head first, smash you until you're dead kind of character. And I don't know, it's just no complexity behind him. He's good. It's just like using him, he's literally like bam, 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 bam. No like finesse. Oh shit. Oh my god, no. Ocean, it's like an ocean is here. It's like, haha, just kidding. You're doing against me for another time. I hate these creatures. Zhongli, I'll let you deal with this one. No matter how much damage you do, I'm gonna let you deal with this one. I just want to see what you can do. This is your quest. Okay, yeah, they do need to up his damage out a little bit at least, so you can at least do something with him. With that, you know. Oh my god, just sit down. Just nuke the field. Just nuke everything. Look at this. Unga Bunga. Let's go. Unga Bunga Diluc. Like a monkey. Diluc is literally Unga Bunga monkey. Just get the hell out of my face. No finesse, but it's alright.
It's just a stone slab. But its design is
Fuck you.
This should be enough to garner
hate
some
that.
information.
You're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
There's better ways to get rich. There's literally better ways to get rich. Like, for real.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear. If I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
See? You do want to sell these objects.
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded.
God, I just hear Crow. Oh,
All
when
right,
he's
then.
being an asshole.
No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the God of Salt too, actually. Let's go to Saltarai next.
I don't want to do it to you guys, but I have to. I'm so sorry. Have a nice evening. I hope you have a good life wherever you go. Bye-bye. Everybody sips for Mr. Zhongli. I don't even care if you don't like him as a character combat-wise. He's a cool-ass character. That's why I use him. He's the coolest male character I've seen. Actually, I'd probably say in my life. Literally one of the coolest male characters. Like, literally, Mr. Zhongli would be a character I would want to be. I say Mr. Zhongli, like he's a real person. Zhongli would be, if I was an anime character, I would like to have that look, and that voice, and the way he carries himself. I love Zhongli.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that
Contract
we saw
time?
at Guyonstone Forest.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli.
Suck my...
If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
But you get the same thing back for you.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then,
You
let's
should have
go.
said, but if the truth is too much for you, then you gotta accept this too. Zhongli ain't trying to break this girl. Alright, here we go. God, you do not get a lot of rewards for this one. It's probably because the reward is when you actually beat the story, but still. Oh, they replace it with a trial version of him. Oh, that's what they do now? They replace him? Alright, is this weapon going to make him stronger, or is he just going to be booty butt cheeks? Let's see. Okay, this weapon does help a lot, though. Like, the damage on that is decent. What is he? Okay, were people really complaining that his DPS... Not that, I mean, he's not super DPS like Child and everybody, but... Is it the weapon? What does this weapon do? I need to look at it, if I can, like, in a second. What the hell? Is there not, like, something to get you up there? You can't climb? Okay, I'll just...
Don't blink.
Oh, his pillar. That's what... They want you to use Zhongli for real.
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the God of Salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The God of Salt is powerful indeed.
Finally. After all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the God of Salt for such a shallow pursuit?
It's a relic.
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
That's kind of dope. You never have to buy salt again, even though it's salt's like only $1 or a few dollars actually, but not that bad. Oh god, I have to deal with these assholes. The way this fire is going. Okay. I'm gonna use Zhongli just to see how it feels to use him when it's like this. If it's worth it. Oh, his pillar. His pillar counts. Oh, I could have done that a few more times. I didn't know his pillar counted. It's like, this is really helping me learn some things about Zhongli.
Huh, just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer
dead.
need... Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I...
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Order guide you.
Damn, that did tons of damage. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with him. Okay, why does he seem so strong here? Okay, because I built him as support. Wait. There's gotta be a way I can build him as all around. I like this. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to use this constellation like he has now, but
Crumble.
a little bit of work I can make my Zhongli like this dude's song, like this Zhongli though.
Solidify.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest.
That's why you
with each
never.
other now.
That's why you never, you know, sign the contract
Be honest about what?
unless you know
That
it.
in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos. During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart.
God, he's just assuming. Zhongli's like, come on now. I'm the big boy on the street, but you know, I don't murk people. I don't murk people in my street.
We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liu is no longer Morax's Liu. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
It's so funny. I think like the way Morax talks, it almost seems like Keqing is like the Morax's like successor. But you could, I think Keqing is kind of supposed to be his successor. I don't think Ning Wang is supposed to be his successor. Because the way, like, if you do Keqing's, like, all her not her constellation, but her friendship conversations, it made it seem like more like he was like, oh yeah, this girl right here is gonna be hot shit when she figures out what she needs to do. She next god. I mean, I guess the idea is that they aren't supposed to be a god, or at least not him, at least. Down. Okay, that's my planetary destruction is pretty much on par with hers. So, how much more numbers do people want on this character? His numbers are decent if you have the right tools. And I can come up with better weapons than this to give him, probably, through my damage. But the noblesse about Blige just probably has some crazy stuff on it. That's probably what it is. Probably the artifacts he has on him. I can see why people want to farm them. It's not my thing to farm artifacts. See, I'm so used to switching my characters out when Zhongli about to get attacked. I'm not used to trying to just use him.
Order guide. Stabilize.
What the hell? Did I just pulverize him? I've never seen that happen. Oh, is that what happens when I upgrade that? I want to upgrade that a little bit more then, if that's what that does. Like, if it, I was wondering how that made people in the commercials, how they were like, how he was freaking destroying everything. See, my Zhongli can't even do damage because I built him in support 100%. But if I can build him like this, with what I have, not with this, the spear probably makes sense, and his extras probably make sense. But if I can do something similar to it, it'd be awesome.
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back against the evil Morax.
How's that prove anything?
But the power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds true.
God, you need to have this written on
cannot take
paper.
2 relics at the same
I feel like
time.
Zhongli playing people.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide,
No,
huh?
the rules are rules, kind of looking ass.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the god of salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
I'm going to kill you now. With my words.
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
Then I'll break your faith with my words.
No, you can't hit her!
Is that okay if I break your faith with my words?
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract.
Oh, they're playing the god music from Mondstadt.
I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt.
As I said before, I
I
only
only
state
state
the facts.
facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax. Don't try to trick me!
God, I mean, realistically, if you really think about it, it's like, it's like going to, like, I guess I'm a Christian, like, go to a Christian and be like, actually, that God you follow, he's a punk-ass bitch. He really just let you all fail and die.
Indeed.
Did you not know that?
Otherwise, why would I use the truth as
Everybody just
punishment?
follows him, but he doesn't,
Did
they
not
don't
want to
realize that
tell
he's
her
just
such
he's a
cruel
wuss.
But the contract
It's kind of
was
fucked up what he
broken.
did. And he's like, here's the evidence behind it too. Don't you see it? It's all around you. This bitch ass can't do nothing.
Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
Jesus was a bitch. It's basically like, that's basically the equivalent of what he just did. That's really fucked up though. Like, when I think about it like that, it's like taking somebody what somebody believes and just shitting all over it, even with facts, like real facts. Like, I mean, in real life you can't really prove that stuff, but like in this world, that's the equivalent of what he did. Like, here's why this doesn't work, and it never worked.
Are these statue thingies running?
That's really fucked up. I'd be mad if somebody did that too.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen
shit.
in time to this very day.
The people she served killed her?
The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear.
So shouldn't Adeptus figure out that he wasn't... I guess they did figure out really quickly that he wasn't dead, but they should have figured because he's the most... one of the most... used to be the most powerful god. And they just gonna... if he got murdered, probably just caused like an earthquake of like magnitude 10 or something.
Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart.
Even if this is so, I can't.
The Greek gods aren't real. Get it over your damn head. Zeus is an asshole.
This must be a lie. A false history, all of it. Don't you dare try to shake my faith.
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now. Indeed.
Yeah, he did seem like
in
a hero.
ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also. All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to
Taking me
Guyanstone
on a walk,
Forest?
Daddy Zhongli.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyanstone Forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue.
But don't the humans turn to gods when they have visions, though? Are you planning to like stop giving everybody visions at some point? Is that what's the fate of this world's going to be? Is this going to turn into our world at some
To
point?
leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming. I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Zhongli.
Therefore,
You're going to be here
I thought
before
of you,
longer than everybody
traveler.
else.
You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world.
Is that what's going to happen once the last update for Genshin is going to happen? It's going to switch to a different world.
As
There's
long
going to
as
be
a
2
traveler
Genshin
like
worlds.
you
Watch
is
it be
able to
that.
record what
It's going to be like a 100 GB game.
then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Tevat. Well, may you find treasure among the stars, even after you have left Tevat. Now, I am the god of wealth, so I would think that my words have some weight here. Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber
But
most
see-
recently returned to this ocean prison.
See, the problem I have with this he's saying is, like, I know it's Genshin. The story doesn't always flow. That's the reason why people don't really take it seriously, and it's a little long-winded. But it's like he says that, but there's gods that are ready to come out and destroy everything. Like, there's a tree in Liyue, and that has a god under it, and there's the ocean here. So if he decides not to protect Liyue, the gods just come in and just wreck shop and just kill everybody. So there's going to be there's gods alive now that are ready to kill everything. If all the gods were just like Venti and Rex Lapis, or the 7, I guess all the 7 is probably going to let humans live, then it wouldn't be a problem. But all the gods that aren't the 7 are probably going to try to kill everybody. So they need him. So I don't understand why he thinks that the age of gods is over. Because if that thing comes
Thousands of years
again,
ago, the Adepti
Oh,
and
it's
I
a
fought
cutscene.
against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Oh, Xiao, you and I were foes. But our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
I kind of wish that they had an action scene with Zhongli, because I thought in the trailer, those trailers be really custom made, but I wish that trailer that they show with Zhongli, the one where he shows his spear and where he's first shown, I wish they had a combat sequence. I think that would have been really cool, but that was just as good. I like this one a lot. Even, like I say, I think Child's is my least favorite, just because it doesn't focus on Child for real. But it makes you show a different side to him, but I wish you see more Child, but this one has got to be one of my favorite ones.
Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own right, they are nothing before Xiao. If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I believe that even so, he will be defeated once more, like this.
It's a great idea to have humans learn how to defeat these things, but it's like the cost of life for defeating this stuff would be ridiculous. It could just be him sweeping shop.
In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer, but now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
And what is he going to do once everybody gets old? He can't be around for 3 generations looking exactly the same. And people are going to start suspecting something, right? Or they're just going to keep that a secret. But okay. That was actually a really good one. And it taught me a lot about how to use Zhongli. And I like Zhongli a lot. Like I'm telling you, get ready. If I get a VTuber model, get ready for Black Zhongli, looking like character. Similar looking like character. Not exactly the same. But I'm really, really happy with these quests. They're my favorite so far. I can't wait for Ganyus. I didn't really like Albedo. Actually, the worst side quest in the game is Albedo's. I do not like Albedo at all. That's why I don't even pull from him. It made me sad because I don't like Xiao that much. Except for with Ningguang and Zhongli. I like Xiao characters. I just don't like Xiao because the reaction's kind of weak and they don't have really long-lasting effects. But I just don't like Albedo. His gameplay is decent, but his character and his sauce is so low. Oh my god. But yeah, I really appreciate everything you guys have seen, and you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you're watching this on YouTube, if I have this in a full video, full stream format. And I really, really, really appreciate everything. So I'll see you guys in the next video on stream. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.